the Gate of God attack, I absolutely loved it. You got to remember how big these trees are in Elbath.
Oh my god!
This is like a branch of the Atom tree that he took out. That was awesome. I thought to myself, bro, Gaban, where was this when you was boxing with Harold? Because I didn't see this. And then that image of Gaban laying down there with his arm gone just goes to show you how strong Imu really is, man. Because, yeah, he got hurt. Yeah, he took damage. Yeah, he was bleeding, whatever. All of that, Gaban still got packed, man. Still got packed, bro.
In the beginning of the chapter, I spoke about how, like, Imu's deteriorating. He's huffing when he's not even taking damage. He's bleeding from the mouth mid-fight without taking damage again. And this entire fight, up until the Gate of God, did you notice he wasn't using Haki the entire time?
The Haki that Gaban was using here for the attack where he did the Yashi one. So I want to bring it out because I thought it was very interesting that it's similar to the attack that he did against Zoro and Luffy. Because the same pose he did, but I was looking up, it can't be the same attack. So it is different though. One is like Yaso is what he did against Zoro and Luffy. And then Yachi is what he did against Imu. And it shows the difference in strength because I was looking up the translation for it. And the attack that Gaban did against Luffy and Zoro when he was testing them is called 80 tribal leaders. So 80. But the one he did against Imu, showing the gravity of the attack, is 8,000 tribal leaders. So he went from 80 to 8,000. The difference in strength of what he put in. So a lot of people may be thinking, this is the same attack he did against Zoro and Luffy. No, it's a lot stronger. But the effect it had on Imu, I was like, wow, because like the Haki he used that he whipped out, doesn't it look like the Haki strike alone targeted Imu and Imu's like blocking it right here when he says Gate of God right there? And I'm guessing Imu said Gate of God. Or do you think that was Gaban?
No, I think that was Gaban.
No, that was Gaban. Imu did the Honibami.
Because I was confused.
His name is Honibami.
Yeah, so to me, I thought it was Gaban, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, but that attack or two, like to me, it's impressive for Gaban in this way, like in his old age and injured, is that even while Imu blocked, he still took some type of damage. And that's what made it impressive for me. Because this kind of happened twice. Because I guess we said before that Imu called Luffy weak. But even Gaban in this state where he's old and injured, he said, still the Pirate King's crew. Acknowledging Gaban's strength here. Showing here Gaban, right, how strong he is in this one. And this is that. So that goes to me even more. Imagine Gaban in his prime, but also that levels up to me, Ray, and especially Roger. Because he said even the pirate crew, so you're giving Roger that crown. Your pirate crew is this strong even at this age, whatever. I thought it was so funny that Gaban's response to like that, like even older crap was like, so are you? Like, you're older than I am. Like, you know.
Shout out to Gaban for also apologizing to the tree. I thought that was funny. Like this is his home, this is his homeland. The mother of his children is like living. He's like apologizing to their sacred jewel tree. I thought that was cool. And then the crank up of the attack was cool. To me, if I'm Imu, I know you're trying to get Luffy up out of there, but maybe we target the guy charging up the giant Haki attack. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe we don't go after Luffy right now in his basically dead state. Get rid of the guy who's an active problem. But in general, the Gate of God attack, I absolutely loved it. You got to remember how big these trees are in Elbath.
Oh my God.
This is like a branch of the Atom tree that he took out. That was awesome. I thought to myself, bro, Gaban, where was this when you was boxing with Harold? Because I didn't see this. If you had this, why you ain't whipping out that?
Because remember, they weren't trying to end Harold's life.
True, but like
they were not trying to end his life.
He was trying to end y'all lives, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I would have whipped this out. Maybe it would have took Harold out, maybe not. Who knows? But I did think the attack was really impressive. Obviously, with Imu bleeding from his head and from his mouth. I thought the mouth blood might have been from him coughing up blood, but maybe it's just both. And then Lawrence, great shout on the difference in the measurements of the attacks. I'm wondering if he did 8,000 slashes this time instead of 80, because he did major damage here. And like Imu had to block and parry and do all the stuff. It looks like he cut the Hanabami attack that Imu did to protect himself like in half. Or maybe I'm reading that wrong, but that's how I read that. I thought Imu's reaction about like that are so determined or whatever, and Gaban's reaction like you aren't. Like you're here, bro. Like what are you trying to act like nonchalant? Clearly you care, bro. And yeah, just in general, like the hype that we're getting from the Pirate King's crew. I did think it was interesting that the name of the attack was Gate of God, because obviously Roger and Shanks have the divine departure, divine, divination, the Gate of God. I'm wondering if Rayleigh also has some god or deity level like nomenclature or naming convention for one of his attacks that he hasn't used yet. I wonder if we'll actually see that. I also think
What's the attack that he used on Somers? It was a long one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't remember. But it's just cool. Like, this is the level. Like, we always talk about Zoro and Sanji. They're going to surpass Gaban and Rayleigh, what that means for them as being strong fighters in the verse. If Gaban's doing this, it just elevates where we're going to see Zoro and Sanji at the end of this thing. Like, I know the conversation has been had in our chat already in the One Piece community about whether Rayleigh and Gaban in their primes would defeat Kaido and Big Mom. I'm willing to start having those conversations. I don't know if we can have a definitive answer to that just yet, but it tells me that by the end of this thing, Zoro and Sanji are going to be boxing with Yonkos or higher, which I think is awesome. Like, I love to see that and think that, because they're going to have to surpass these people who are already being put in those conversations by the community, even if Larry disagrees.
Just to add to that, and this me and Lana were saying before, but they kind of also allude to that when they said, when Garp even said, this is Garp, he compared Ray
to Whitebeard.
To Whitebeard. He said, we don't want to deal with two legends at the same time. And this is just Ray by himself, not even with a crew. Just Ray with Whitebeard. You're going to add his crew to him? Maybe don't, because it's Whitebeard's crew. It's just Whitebeard, really. But like, either or, Garp said compare them both.
And I think it's great when you couple in the fact of like what Gaban was saying earlier in the chapter in regards to how the Pirate King needs to be looked at. And it's like the wings of the Pirate King are capable of this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Of course, the Pirate King is capable of so much more. And beyond that, his place in the world and what it means. I think all of it is all encompassing when Gaban is showing this type of ability. When he talks about Roger in the same chapter, like, I expected more of you. You're a failure. You're disappointing to me. Your status means nothing to me if you can't protect your friends. And then it made me think about Roger becoming a demon when, like I think Garp said, in regards to protecting people that he cared about, his friends, taking out entire kingdoms, etc. And I'm like, Gaban was seeing first row tickets to all of that. And this is what he's doing. So I absolutely love that. I love the hype. And then that image of Gaban laying down there with his arm gone just goes to show you how strong Imu really is, man. Because, yeah, he got hurt. Yeah, he took damage. Yeah, he was bleeding, whatever. All of that, Gaban still got packed, man. Still got packed, bro. I think because his arm got taken off as well, we won't get a dead Gaban here. I think me and Lawrence were having some conversations about that last chapter about like whether or not Gaban will actually get taken out and whether or not he'll use like critical mass Haki before he dies. I don't think this is critical mass, personally. Maybe it is. I mean, by definition, critical mass is like all of your Haki or whatever. But like,
I don't think it is either.
I don't think it is either. But overall, I don't think Gaban's going to die, but I'd be with it. I would be with it.
They had their time, man.
Pack them up.
Pack them up. Roger Pirates had their time, man. They open for sale on death.
I'm with that. I'm with it.
$2.
I will say this too. I know I mentioned Zoro and Sanji. I need them to start utilizing these types of moves that Gaban's using in their attacks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If Zoro could do Conqueror's coded Haki slashes in waves, I'd love to see that. If Sanji could do a kick that looks like Gate of God, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I'm so fresh like the morning. Mouth wide open like they yawning. Every time they see me, they in G-Shock. Homie, this is too far. Homie, I feel too alive. You can see me like Illuminati. You can see me like Illuminati. But I'm shining so bright. Don't come and try to share some of this light now. Give me a beat and I control it like a maestro. Ladies on a mission, they be trying to get me wiped up. Shouty, wait a minute, can't tell if I like ya. Gotta make sure you know how to shake it like a bartender. Team with me and they all winners. And you know we ballin' all winner.
All right, so in the beginning of the chapter, I spoke about how like Imu's deteriorating. He's huffing when he's not even taking damage. He's bleeding from the mouth mid-fight without taking damage again. And this entire fight, up until the Gate of God, did you notice he wasn't using Haki the entire time? I didn't realize that until reading the end of the chapter. even when Gaban does this crazy move, he doesn't really. I think he might have used Haki to like imbue it into Omen, but he had Omen take most of the damage and it still gets through. So I feel like he's not capable of using Haki like I thought he would be able to without the expense of taking away more of his like stamina. So I think this is also one of the reasons why he was taking so long to fight Gaban in the beginning and why he let Gaban just talk to Luffy for that long. And then when he is about to attack Gaban back because Gaban is not like letting off after Gate of God, that's when he unleashes an extreme amount of Haki, but he looks like he's straining. So, and then he goes back into like the Omen ball where it's protecting him again. I think we're looking at an Imu that isn't full powered anymore. I think if anything, he's probably like at 40% right now. And maybe that's like a crazy number for me to say, but I don't think he would have ever turtle shelled his way into getting past like Gaban this way. Like it's honestly crazy. Like even on the panel on page 16, like if you look at the top panel where Gaban is like you aren't, he's sweating. Like he has a sweat stain under his eye where it's bleeding. The other thing I want to mention, so you remember the sword, the Honibami that Imu was rocking? You remember I told you like it was translated to Bone Eater? I think this is how Gaban lost his arm. When he tried doing Yachi and Takeru and he started going crazy, Imu shot off Honibami and cut his arm off. Like it chewed through the bone. And now that's why he only has one arm.
Could be, yeah. That's probably it. Yeah, you're right, because you don't see his arm or his full body
right.
Like you aren't until the end of the check. Like, you know,
in fact, I low-key see blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might have already got it cut. Or yeah.
Right.
I mean, maybe not. That could be the Omen from what do you call it?
No, but you're right. But you only see on that side the look of blood when he did it. You only see on that side. You don't see on the right. It's on where the Omen's cutting. Like he's has his mouth open. So he definitely. Right. It was like exchange. It's like a dual exchange.
I will say this, bro. Imu couldn't get stigma off. Like Gate of God was that serious. So I wasn't a believer during our top 30 that Gaban or Rayleigh could famously do the all famous Haki that Lawrence was speaking about. But I will give Lawrence credit. There might be some credit now to them possibly knowing it. I'm not going to give it to them just yet, but if there was anything close to that, it would be this for sure. So I got to give credit when credit's due. I really do. Now, I know Big Mom got brought up. I know Kaido got brought up. If they could do something like this, I absolutely think that they could, especially Kaido. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So we don't go back into another debate because we have things to take care of. But Law, if you got something to say, and then Seb, we'll do super chats after really quick. And then if you haven't liked the video yet, please like the video.
No, I was just going to add what a little kind of bothered me only with Gaban, because I believe he has stronger attacks than this because he didn't add Haki hardening to this. And I know he has it because I seen him use it against Luffy and Zoro and against Summers. So part of critical mass Haki is adding all these forms of Haki into your attacks. I still don't get mad at him, but it could also be due to his old age why he couldn't add this much Haki with Haki hardening. But I feel like he would have added more strength to it if he would have added Haki hardening into his axes as well as what his output and what he was doing.